News search, basically there are several news channels, Google News as well, so press releases, those kinds of things. And blog search. Blogs are very easily searchable. Then you have now we have all that organic real-time. In fact, Google just came out with the word real-time without the hyphen 2 days ago. They have now real-time search. So if you look at google.com/real-time as one word, you go into their real-time search, which is basically Twitter and any search engine that takes time into account. So if it happens in a minute ago or whatever, that's real-time search.
You're saying it ranks it higher based on time? Is that...
Well, your results may be put in there above somebody's organic results.
Because it happens at real time.
Exactly. Exactly. So positioning of, I'll show you how that affects position in a minute. Then you have your social search. Social search, basically, how many of you know of Quora? Okay. Quora is a question and answer search engine, and it's a community-driven situation. Today, everything is community enhanced, let's put it that way. So if you go to Quora and you have a question, you get two types of results from Quora. You get somebody who may be online at the moment, a real human being, answering your question, or it then goes into a big database of people who have answered maybe that question before. But it's a question answer. The same thing with Aardvark and Cha-Cha. They are question and answer based on the community answers the questions. But it could be even live. It could be a real person at the moment that's online that knows the answer to your question, gets to answer the question. So it's a conversation again, but it's a search engine as well. So that's social search. And then you have the world of paid search. And paid search, you have national and local, what we call PPC, pay-per-click. And basically, you have two engines that run that, Microsoft Ad Center and Google AdWords. And Google AdWords, obviously, is what you see as sponsored listings around the outside of, your organic listings are in the middle. The sponsored listings, you may have a few on top and on the side. Now, within the last couple of months, how many of you know about tag advertising? Have you ever heard of tag advertising? I think when you go home in the future, tomorrow, when you start looking, when you do a search, the next time you do a search, you're going to be a lot more savvy on what you're looking at. Because when you look at it, you're going to notice some of these things that you probably didn't know are existing, but they're there and they can either hurt you or help you if you want to be a player in this market. Okay? So tag advertising is Google Places. How many of you have heard of Google Places? If you're a local business, you want to be in Google. It used to be Google Business Center, but now it's Google Places. And I have a slide on that, so that'll help you later. But you need to be there. You need to be in Google Places today. And now you can pay a little amount a month, and you can have a tag which emphasizes, let's say, a coupon, an offering, a special you're having in your shop, etc. So it helps you bring your advertising for a very low cost to a local business on Google search. And the difference between Google Places page is it comes up in Google, whereas Yext comes up next to other engines. So it doesn't have to be Google. It could be Bing or Yahoo or some of the other players. Okay, so here's universal search, okay? And here's some SEO tips for universal search. So here we see organic results. Somebody's looking for tiger. Type in the word tiger. And you have, on the same page, if you're in universal search, you're going to get results from the organic web, which is the algorithmic thing where it goes out and it says, okay, I want information on tiger. But notice, now you're going to have image results as well. And you're going to have news results. And now way down here you have more organic results. So what does that mean for somebody who is trying to get you on page one organically? It means you only have a very little bit of space. So if you really want to leverage your business, you want to have some image search, you might want to have some news results, and you may want to have, your organic web results really optimized well for keywords, etc. Because if you don't do all of that, you're not going to be there. Because look at how few spaces there are, and there are billions of websites, billions of competitors. So why should you be there? I mean, that's kind of the question you have to ask. So you need to really understand all of this to get there. Oh, before I move on, so what do you need to do? If you wanted to do it yourself, okay? Relevant target keywords in copy, headlines, and subheads. So you've got to go through all your copy. You have to have enough copy that talks about those relevant keywords. And I have a little bit on keyword, analysis later. But keywords and copy and content are really important. That's the one thing, the top thing that most people don't have on their website. If your website has all pictures and you have no content, you can't ever get there. You will never get there. Okay? Because you have to have a place to put those keywords, and you have to have at least 350 words around that keyword with that keyword embedded a couple of times for it to even be counted at all. Unique keyword-rich page titles and meta tag descriptions. Keywords in internal link anchor text. That means if you have a piece of text that has a link to it, if you have that text on that link, that's anchor text. Okay? Quality, authoritative, and trusted inbound links. That's very difficult to do because typically they want links from trusted resources in your industry. So that means your competitors. Well, most of your competitors don't want to put a link to your site, and if you do a double link, like I'll put it on your site, you put it on my site, they wash it out. That doesn't count. So you want people pointing to you, but you don't want to point to them. So link building is very difficult. It's not an easy task. There are ways to do it, but avoid flash. Flash is one big picture. So if your website has a lot of flash, we have had actually clients that have come to us and said, I don't understand why somebody Googles the name of my company and the name doesn't come up. Now, if somebody Googles the name of your company, you should come up because that's a unique search. And it should, in the organic engine, you should come up at least on the front, on the first page, because that's an automatic. It's a given. But what we've discovered is some people have their name in a banner, which is a graphic. Google doesn't read graphics. Google only reads text. So if the text isn't separate, you're never going to come up. Even if somebody looks for your name, because Google doesn't know that your name is there. It could be a picture of a swan for all they know. So it's looked at as a picture, not as text. And Google only reads text. So you need to have your name, your key company information somewhere on your home page, but it has to be in text. That's the only way it's going to work.
When I come up in the image results, though?
Excuse me?
When I come up in the image
No,
results?
and they wouldn't unless you tag them. That's why you have tags in image. Because tags you have to write show notes around to say this is what the image is. You see? So it never comes up. So they're still working on it, but if anybody tells you that they can optimize Flash, it's going to be big. It's going to be big. It reminds me of my chemistry teacher that says, if anyone solves this problem, we'll publish together. So, and create, basically what we're saying too is this is the new thing, this is the new baby on the block. Create social media signals in Twitter and Facebook that help to get you a lot of different ranking enhancements, let's put it that way. Because if you know what you're doing in some of the social media, that can help you leverage all of the other organic SEO. Basically, social media helps organic SEO. So I'll help you understand how that works later. Image search. Now here's where that image search comes up. So here's what you can do. Keyword-rich file names and what they call alt tags. So there are ways to do this. Surround images with keyword-rich content and give an appropriate keyword-rich caption. Okay, and if you study image search, if you look it up, it will probably tell you exactly where these things go. And then I would, later I'm going to be talking about, posted and hosted, where you can do that as well. So you'll get two types of enhancements. Targeted keywords in the URL on the page itself. So that means URL means in the top line of basically the page. If you look way up at the top where it says, basically the description of the page itself, you can actually put the keywords up there, and that helps. And then high quality, images.